says starting event, so I'm waiting and waiting.
Yes.
There we are. We are live. So what I will say is put up a message on the top there. Can you see the chat?
Yes.
If you click chat, you'll probably see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is quite a few who is on already. And I ask them to say hello. I can see we 25 people actually on, so maybe we should just welcome everyone, because since they can't say hello to all of us, we will say hello to everyone. And if everyone who's on, I see Gunhild here is from Select Collection. Nice. Hello, Gunhild. So you can just use the chat. Let us know if there is any questions. Hi, Hedda. Nice to see you as well. And then we will start out doing short presentations. So we will start out Dubai tourism. We will tell a little bit about how Dubai is and how things has evolved during these special times. And then I'll leave it over to Elisabete from Arabian Adventures, tell a little bit how DMCs are working at the moment and how they are operating these special times. And then I'll leave it all to Emirates. So when maybe she can tell a little bit, at least how we fly, but also all the measurements taking place, so you can get safe when we started flying as well. I'll be moderating a little bit on here. I will let Jameela come on board and present herself. And then let's start it. So we try to keep it till the 30 minutes, so everybody can be with us all the time.
Perfect.
I leave there so we can take off the camera, so Jameela will present.
Okay, hello everyone. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone for their time to join today's webinar. I'm Jameela Ahli from Dubai Tourism, heading the Nordic region. Basically, I wanted to share with you an overview of the current situation in Dubai. Basically, Dubai has taken the safety and security measures to safeguard residents and visitors among the most stringent and our safety and security measures were ranked amongst the most stringent and sophisticated taken worldwide. If we look at this slide, we can see that the UAE has ranked number 3 worldwide in terms of total COVID-19 tests completed. And we can also see that the UAE has been ranked number 11 out of 200 countries for the most safe countries worldwide. We can see that Norway is also ranked number 14 in handling the COVID crisis, and which is also one of the most safe countries under Tier 1 ranking. In terms of Dubai's recovery, it has been based on a phased approach, where basically dealing with the basically in phase 1, Dubai was dealing with the pandemic in terms of ensuring the safety and security of the residents of Dubai, doing the necessary tests, preparing all of basically all of the health and safety measures for the residents, and also working on getting the UAE residents back basically to the country. But right now we have moved forward from that phase, where we're currently in phase 2, transitioning to phase 3 of full reopening. So basically, under the current situation, the UAE government is having bilateral conversations with other governments to move towards phase 3, but also as a destination, we're having bilateral conversations with other government entities in Dubai, as well as dealing with hotels, attractions, and stakeholders to ensure all the safety measures are put in place in order for the opening of the economy, society, and as well as the borders. So basically, if we look at what's open and operating in Dubai, we see that hotels and private beaches have opened, public beaches, vital sectors, private sectors opening, private and government sectors operating at 100% capacities. We can see that airports are also taking a phased approach in terms of the opening, where right now our airports are operating with transit. And we also recently received news that UAE residents and citizens will be able to travel abroad starting 23rd of June to select countries. Obviously, with safety and precautionary measures in place. So all of these information basically will be updated on a regular basis, and as the days go, basically we are seeing more reopening of Dubai. And as well as more updates on the reopening of the destination. By the end of the presentation, we will share with you a link of our trade tool communication. Basically, from this you will be able, and which will be updated on regular basis, and you will be able to see regular updates from Dubai as a destination. In terms of current restrictions, basically, yes, Dubai is reopening as a destination, attractions, hotels, and industry, but obviously we need to ensure the safety of the populations and ensure that we are ready to receive tourists as well. So we can see from the current restrictions that physical distancing is implemented. Wearing a face mask when you go out to the public is mandatory. Gloves are optional, but obviously there are other loosening of restrictions in terms of wearing masks. So for example, if you are doing heavy sports or eating, then you don't necessarily have to wear masks. So all of these safety regulations are put in place to ensure the safety of the residents and the tourists once our international borders reopen. In terms of our in terms of our campaigns, we are also taking a phased approach with Dubai's campaigns internationally. So in phase 1, basically we were doing an awareness campaign where we were basically asking, trying to keep Dubai top of mind, but by basically, and if we go through the rest of the slides, so basically in phase 1, it was more about stay home, stay safe, where we were promoting that Dubai is going to take a break, but it will only be for a while. For the time being, pause, take a step back, slow down, and stay safe. Dubai will always be here for you when you are basically when the time is right to travel. So this is the main messaging that we took in phase 1, which was broadcasted on a social level through our social channels. Right now, we are in phase 2 of our messaging, where basically we are promoting "We will see you soon," and basically in these assets that you will see, that is being promoted is basically Dubai is getting ready for you, meaning we are showcasing that basically our sterilization sterilization programs, hotels, beaches, safety measures that are being taken place as a city to showcase that Dubai is ready to receive tourists. And I'll be sharing the video with you. So basically, these are we're currently in phase 2 of our messaging, where we're showcasing that Dubai beaches are reopening, malls are reopening, and these are the type of assets that we're showcasing to our international markets, and showcasing the safety measures that Dubai is basically implementing. However, after and this basically messaging will be running until August, where when international borders are open, then we will start our Live Your Story campaign, where we'll be looking into conversion, while right now is more on awareness of the destination and how Dubai is handling the situation and how it's getting prepared. In terms of the current phase, we're also promoting Experience Dubai from a distance. So basically promoting our virtual experiences. We're also having live events from Dubai calendar, where people can see what Dubai is up to in terms of basically, let's say, live concerts happening, live workshops that are happening in Dubai that our international visitors can also view and make use of their time during COVID-19. In terms of Expo, just a quick update, the Global Mega Event will now run from 1st of October to 2021 until March 2022. Obviously, this would allow all participants to safely navigate the impact of COVID-19 and allows the World Expo to focus on a collective desire for new thinking to identify solutions to some of the greatest challenges that we are currently going through. There is more information on their website for you to browse and see what Expo is currently doing. Looking ahead, basically, we're now starting to see that Emirates Airlines, at a phased approach, is also resuming their flights to other destinations, and Maritha can take you through that later on. We're also seeing that the UAE is also taking a phased approach in opening its borders for its citizens and its international tourists. And basically, the city is more or less ready to receive tourists when they are ready to come to Dubai. Before we end our presentation, we just wanted to reassure you that we are always here to support in any way possible. So please feel free to reach out to us anytime to support in case you need any support with promoting the destination. For the time being, and this will be available in our trade communication toolkit, there are several training courses and e-tools to familiarize yourself with the destination, and to also familiarize yourself and to support you with pushing the destination in your markets and through your customers as well. We also have a link to Dubai calendar in case you're interested in attending some of our live events. And these are some of the useful links we have to visit Dubai virtually. These are our official website and our social links in case you're interested to see to view our campaigns and what we're pushing in the market. And thank you for tuning in. That's the end of my presentation, and we're open to questions with regards to the destination.
Thank you, Jameela. I think we go through all presentation first, and then we open up the Q&A. The chat is there as well. You can just send me any questions as well there if you need to. And then please hang on, and I will take it over to Elisabete. So you go through for Arabian Adventures how the DMC is doing and what we're doing there.
Sure. Well, good morning to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. I will first give an introduction about who Arabian Adventure is and what is our role within the destination, just for the ones that are not familiar with the brand. My name is Elisabete. I'm Portuguese, an expat living in Dubai for 6 years now, and I'm the Director of Sales for the MICE department. And Arabian Adventures actually has as well a leisure department. So in one brand, you have dedicated teams to help you depending on your requirements. In terms of organization, we are part of the Emirates group. So having Emirates Airline as the mother company, and then we have several other brands that will help building the destination and supporting the airline. So Arabian Adventures is a destination management company, and we work in all the Emirates of UAE. We have been recognized twice in 2017 and 2019 by the Site Crystal Award for Excellence in Incentive Travel for Africa and Middle East. So we have been working in the destination for over 30 years. The good thing as well about Arabian Adventures is we have everything in-house. So we have obviously the project managers and event managers, your tailor-made department for FITs and leisure groups. And then we have all our multi-language staff, inclusive of guides and safari drivers. And on top of that, we also have our own desert camps, giving us a lot of flexibility in terms of offering the right desert camp depending on our clients' requirements. In terms of the team for MICE, as you can see from all the different faces, we come from all over the world. We have over 14 nationalities just in the MICE department, and that is actually replicated the same in the leisure section. So we always make sure that we have not only the language skills, but as well we understand the culture behind our clients as well. In terms of our services, so we can help you guiding on your experience as soon as you land in UAE, and then we can do your hotel and venue sourcing, helping you, guiding you in choosing the right tours and activities, as well as gala dinner entertainment, or in the situation we are now doing hybrid events and virtual events, and helping you on the technology side of things. As I said, we work mainly in UAE, but we as well do events and leisure groups and FIT bookings in our neighbor country, Oman. In UAE, we focus mainly in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Ras Al Khaimah, which are the destinations with more offering for tourism. In terms of the current stage we are now, Unfortunately, COVID-19 brought us a little bit of time to pause. And I think for all of us in tourism, we are not really used to that. I think tourism has been booming for the past decade. And, we were all very used to jump on a plane and everything was at reach. So for all of us that work in DMCs and travel agents, we never had much time to stop and take time. And I think that gave us a different perspective. And for us, DMCs, we are now openly open for domestic travel, only on FIT side. Hopefully, when we open our borders and there is more clarity on what that means, we can then move to events. At the moment, the events are not allowed, but our desert camps are already open for private bookings and domestic only. So we use this time to reassess, to follow whatever is being implemented in the different sectors of UAE, being hotels, airport, public transportation, and sports and restaurants. So obviously, with all these implementations that have been guided by the authorities, we also had to update all our material, because obviously all our material was made before COVID. So we are now trying to understand with the different parties what changes have been made. In my presentation that we can share later on, you will also see into more detail what that means in each sector. Obviously, now we are not open for inbound, only selected flights and with special authorization. So we are mainly focused on domestic residents and citizens. But hopefully, when we open to tourism, the expectation at some of the measures will still be running, but maybe with a few changes. So this is an information that now we have to be constantly updating. So at the moment, most of the hotels are open with all their dining, private beaches and pools, like Jameela said. In restaurants, we can go in and not wear masks while we're eating. Now some family and entertainment facilities are also open, with the cinemas and water parks coming now, which is great news, because we already start feeling the heat in UAE now in June. So that it was a good news as well. So obviously we do everything with a lot of responsibility, because obviously this is a situation that we have to keep our eyes on. In terms of Arabian Adventures as a DMC, we have teams in the airport, because we have our own meet and greet inside of the airport. Being part of the Emirates flight, we are the only DMC that actually can greet guests before immigration. So we are now looking into training the teams, and all the staff is wearing masks, gloves. All our transportation has as well been entirely sanitized. The same to our desert camps. And because we were not operating until a few weeks back, we use this time definitely for doing cleaning and a lot of training of our staff. Because I think the next couple of months, as much as people are still willing to travel, definitely we cannot do it the same way as before. So we are not only spending time in educating our clients what is happening here, but as well educating our staff in how to behave in this new situation, and making sure that our fleet and our camps and our staff is at the highest standard. So we also took this time to do a lot of product development. So we have been in contact with different parties within all the Emirates to customize experiences, because the expectation is that we're going to see most probably in this next season the group's size becoming smaller and doing more things out of the normal. So we use this time that we normally can't afford in a normal situation to do a lot of site inspections and discussions on how and we can improve our offering to our clients. So hopefully you'll get to enjoy that soon when we will be open to inbound as well. For the moment, we focus our attention in our domestic travel, but as well in educating and hopefully teasing the international market to when we are ready, that will be here waiting for you. So if you need anything, feel free to reach out to myself, to Christine. We are here to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elisabete. And then I'll leave it all to Maritha from Emirates.
Hello, everyone. I know you all expected to see my dear boss, Terje, here today, but unfortunately he was dragged onto another meeting, so I will try to do my best in replacing him. I will give a short status on Emirates as of today, and also walk you through our new and safe customer journey. We are putting the safety of our crew and passengers first, as you will see shortly. As of June 15th, Emirates operates through 31 destinations worldwide, whereas 9 of them are European cities. And from tomorrow, we will have Copenhagen back in our network with 2 weekly flights, operating on Fridays and Saturdays going forward. Currently, we are also working on filing a price structure, enabling Norwegian passengers to go from Norway with our partners onwards to our current online destinations in Europe. Information on this will, of course, be sent out when we have something to update you with. Currently, our flight in and out of Oslo is suspended throughout August. And this is also due to the current strict travel advisory from our foreign ministry and restrictions for foreigners to enter Norway. And as soon as these are lifted, we will hopefully get back with more updates regarding our flights as well. Our local agent support is up and running every day from Monday to Friday from 10 till 2. So you can still use the normal EK Norway email address to contact Anne Gro and Knut Erik there. And of course, please feel free to reach out to myself and Terje if there is any other questions as well. Then I will move on to the presentation. As you see here, we have a small run-through on our customer journey. We have, of course, taken a lot of measures as well in order to prevent this virus to spread, and for our customers to feel that the flying is safe. This presentation will, of course, be shared with you as well. So I'll just run through it quite quickly as the time is starting to run out for us as well. When you enter or when you approach the airport in Dubai and you have a departure, we now expect and ask all the passengers to arrive at least 3 hours before departure because there's new measures that has to be taken. We expect and asks all the passengers to keep the normal social distance and to wear masks at all times. Only the travelers can enter the terminal and all passengers will pass through thermal detectors as soon as they arrive. All Emirates passengers are given a hygiene travel kit containing a mask, gloves, wipes and sanitizers. And we will also, of course, have those screens that we in Norway are used to from all the shops. They will also be at the check-in counter. We will not allow more cabin baggage than a laptop bag and a small handbag. This is also, of course, in order to stop the spreading of the virus. We will not have any e-gates or smart gates activated, so everyone has to pass through the manual gates. And we have floor stickers marking up the right distance to keep to other passengers. And when the passengers are approaching the boarding gates, there will also be blocked seats so that people are not sitting on top of each other. And they will also find all the Emirates staff to wear personal protective equipment, as you see from the pictures. Small coats covering their uniforms, gloves and masks at all times. We will start the boarding from the last row in the aircraft so that we won't have the queue situation on board. And all the boarding areas are deep cleaned and disinfected after each flight. As we will also take the passengers on board in small groups, and they will also meet then the cabin crew wearing full protective equipment as the crew in the boarding gates. We have sanitizing soap in all lavatories with hand washing instructions, and all the mattresses, blankets, pillows, etc. are hygienically sealed from the start. We don't have any reading materials on board anymore. And we have an own dedicated crew that is on board only to clean and sanitize the lavatories every 45 minutes on flights over 1.5 hours. And of course, in first and business class, the social areas as the bar, the onboard lounge, and the shower spas are closed. And we're not offering any duty-free shopping on board at the moment. For the menus, we have stopped the distributed menus in economy class, and in first and business, it will be single-use menus, meaning that we will not give them out to other passengers afterwards. And all food and beverages are hygienically prepared. We're still offering full service on board, including beverages also with alcohol. We have limited special dietary meals available, and we also, and then after arriving at the airport, the aircraft is deep cleaned and sanitized now after each flight. When all the passengers arrive in Dubai, they have to complete the health declaration form and also download a special Dubai Smart app. And then all the passengers has to pass through a thermal detector again. And if everything is fine, you will be able to pick up your luggage and start your event or journey in Dubai. If you're in transfer, you will also, of course, be checked. And if everything is fine, you can go onwards to your next gate. Or if you have symptoms, you will also be taken to Dubai International Airport Medical Center for further checks. I think that was it. It was a very quick run through. You have the presentations, and this is, as I said, the current process and how we do things on board. I think we all know that in these times things changes every day, and I really hope that we will be able to start traveling again, not only to the Nordic countries but to the rest of the world. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in person again. Thank you.
Thank you, Maritha. And I see where there's one question. If you have any questions, please put it onto the chat and I can even highlight some. But I see one, I can put on my camera so people can see me in my little room here. I have one from Terje. He asked, I think, Maritha, that's for you to answer. Did I understand this right? Is the flights from Oslo
That's for me.
postponed until end of August due to the Norwegian official travel advice?
Yes, that's correct. For now, and then, as I said, we'll constantly evaluate if the Reiseråd is updated or changed. But for now, this is the case.
Good, thank you. Is there any other questions from other ones regarding things, how it is in Dubai? And of course, most of you, many of you knows that I am in Dubai as well at the moment, because since my partner lives and works here and my son goes to school. So of course I've been experienced the whole lockdown and the opening together with Jameela and with Elisabete here. And I can just talk from my perspective as well as being a Scandinavian here, that and we talked about it, it's just been very safe actually staying here. We felt very safe being here as well with the test. Like I said, it's over 2 million tests been done, which is fairly good. Let's see, we got another question coming up. What are the status from traveling out of Arlanda? Do you know anything, Maritha?
Unfortunately, I don't have the latest updates, but as far as I know, it's no plans for starting up the flights out of Arlanda at the moment either. And I think they're also following the travel restrictions from the government, or the Reiseråd, as we call it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I was just checking both with Jameela and Elisabete as well, as you've been, going around and how we are moving out to the society these days. And I was saying, that's maybe something for people to also understand how it is to be down here as well. Because like I said, I have felt safe all the way through. It's been very good measurements, been very, clear rules in terms of how we've been able to move around or when it's opening up. And at the moment, like I said, we've been to restaurants, I've been out with my family for a couple of lunches, and it's just feeling that the measurements are just there for us. Or do you have any comments as well, Elisabete and Jameela? I can't hear you, Elisabete. Microphone works.
Classic mistake from webinars. No, from my side, I have been personally going out as well. It makes, I think, as well easier the fact that the measures here in terms of, I think you always have been a very clean destination. It's not some destination like others where you see rubbish in the floor or anything. Always have been. The cleaning standards here are amazing. And after this situation, I think it even went one level up. So for a situation like this that is unprecedented in our times, these make us feel safer for sure. And I know that everyone feels things differently and are different stages of how to feel in relation to this. But personally, it has been amazing to see everyone is super respectful, keeping the social distancing, keeping the masks on where they are required, the same with gloves. So it has been really good to feel that way, especially because we had a very strict confinement in the beginning, in March, end of March, to mid-April, and basically because the authorities were taking this very seriously. And after a very strict confinement, it's now feels nice to go back to a kind of sense of normality. And as Jameela said, being phased, I think it gets us a smooth process of this. Start being closed, completely closed, to then the residents starting to having some more freedom of movement, and hopefully the phase that we're all very looking forward, that is when everything is a little bit more defined, that is to open for tourism.
I also said that we were out for lunch the other day over at the Atlantis to the Gordon Ramsay for actually a roast on a Saturday. And like I said, we park, of course, the car is parked ourselves, and we walk in, you get the temperature, but it feels like a new normal one where you don't even react on it anymore, because you get the temperature, taken, and you have your mask on. We have mask in the car, we have mask just by the door. So there is actually, it's just a habit of just taking one when you're going out. and or in the car as well. We have one, so it's easy, and we have gloves as well in the car when we go to the supermarket. So it's just a new habit you just added on basically to your life, I would say. But again, you were sitting down. There was actually a full restaurant in Gordon Ramsay's there at the bread kitchen. With kids, with family, there was, of course, distance between the tables, but menus were on the, you have a QR code to see the menus there. They have a bag for your mask and gloves if you want to put them in there, so you can sit and eat, of course, without the mask and everything. So, and it was, it was just like, back to normal, basically. It was. So I feel like things are, it's been in a good phase, like they're going phase by phase, like Jameela said as well. It's you feel it's monitored and good, and it's kind of in organized way, I would say. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say, Jameela.
I have nothing to add, but I think there are two aspects basically to this, in terms of the government putting in the restrictions and the phased recovery, phased reopening, but also it depends on how the society is behaving as well. So I think the behavior of the society has been positive, respectful of the laws and regulations, and are well educated on COVID-19 and how to protect themselves and the society as well from a societal behavior. So as we're seeing, from a Dubai perspective, that the outlook for Dubai is looking positive, and the government plans for our recovery is also going as planned so far. And basically, we appreciate how the society is cooperating with us to ensure safety for themselves and the rest of the society.
I think if there's any further questions, I don't think. What am I going to say is moving on after, like, in the end of summer, we're doing something both for Denmark and Finland coming up, and Sweden as well, and the similar like this. So because we got the airline, so we keep covering like the different countries. But after that, we will do seminars actually targeting restaurants, targeting how things works with excursions and sightseeings and stuff. And as we move over the summer, I think we'll have more information as well on how this is working and then opening up and everything. And then, of course, we will also do something on the MICE sector when we're coming past the summer. So I think at least all three of us will be present. And when Maritha has some updates on the airline as well, she will come on board and do the updates the moment we get some more news on when we can start flying out of Norway, or if there's anything else. Maritha, are you on mute?
Yes, I'm on mute, but not anymore.
Yeah, I thought before we leaving, if there's not any other questions. Oh yeah, I think no. Thanks for update. Yeah, nice to see you all. Looking forward to get more back to normal. Yeah. Maritha, will you share your presentation? All the best. See you soon. I will put it up to files. I will upload all the presentations onto files on this here. And you will all be sent a replay, actually, with everything as well. So for tomorrow. So everybody who's joined in will send a replay, so you can share it even with your, co-workers and everything too. So, but if it doesn't work, let me know. But I will, like I said, I will upload all the presentation on the files here, so you can have them. And I also sent the toolkit, Dubai toolkit. I sent that on to the chat as well. So everybody should have the link to the Dubai tourism toolkit. What about cultural events? Dubai Opera, maybe Jameela, just shortly, and you maybe say, or if Elisabete, I don't know which one of you can update on this. Is the opera open? I don't know, actually. Me.
I don't think it's open yet. We got an update today on further easing of restrictions. So we need to look at that. But as of yesterday, it wasn't. Basically, in terms of events, this is also taking a phased approach in terms of reopening. So far, we don't have updates on when the events and the gatherings of people, basically more than basically having the events in place. We still don't have updates on that. However, with the phased recovery of Dubai and the outlook of Dubai, it seems positive, and it seems we will resume gradually the event, of course, taking safety measures and applying a few of the restrictions in order to ensure the safety of the participants. But so far, there aren't updates on this.
I would say that Gunhild, since she was asking that, on our webinar with the sightseeings and excursions and everything, we might have an update. So that will come hopefully in end of July or something. We do that, so we can have an update on what's happening. So promise to do updates on that, and I'll send it out on the other webinars when I'm sending out all of those. And I think maybe Jameela or Elisabete will have an update maybe then later on when we're coming in past, getting into July, beginning of August, we will have more updates on this.
For sure. Only today the Louvre Abu Dhabi to reopen. That's going to reopen at the end of the month. So I think that will come more in July, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have the museums opened as well. We got the update today. The attractions are opening on a, let's say, daily, weekly basis. However, all of this information will be available with the Trade Communication Toolkit. So the link to that, every time we have updates from a Dubai perspective, the communication toolkit will be updated, so you can refer to it at any time to see the progress of Dubai as a destination.
Excellent, thanks. Anything else? Anyone else who has any questions? I just checked on there. Thank you, Gunhild, for those two very good questions. Let's see. I think we are done basically, if no one else has. What I will do, I upload the files into the room here so everybody can have that. If not, send me an email if you need it. I can also forward everything. Like I said, Dubai Tourism Toolkit is already been uploaded. And then I will send out as well the dates and everything for the webinar coming up with the accommodation. We will do sightseeings and the events and what to do. And then we also do a one on mice, of course, when it's coming into August. So we will all be there. And then, like I said, Maritha is also coming up with updates. The moment she gets a flight, she will be here with us again. She definitely.
Of course.
Yes. Okay, it was nice. I'm sorry we ran a little bit over time. I think it's just the first time we're doing this. We need to get familiar with everything. But I think everybody has been getting their questions answered. And it's a nice as a start to everything, so we can get back to, see Dubai again, maybe then for autumn holiday, hopefully. And when everybody's having a holiday, they will be back again here. Thank you very much. And thank you, Maritha and Jameela and Elisabete, for joining us as well on this. It's been very good to have you. And thanks for all the updates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
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 Take care. Bye-bye.